Hello and welcome to another episode of PopCulture Reacts. And we are staying with the Asian flavour with Lovebites and their new song that only came out a couple of weeks ago of Stand and Deliver, parentheses, Shoot 'em Down.
You've already had to put up with me saying Nunu, the Hoover from the Teletubbies over and over again, so I think it's only fair that the audience experiences that as well. So Chris, who are Lovebites and how do we know of these?
So Lovebites are the band that my mate saw in Norwich. And they
Who were they supporting? Oh, okay.
Not supporting Sepultura, as I found out in the comments from our bandmate one.
All joking aside, like that was one of the things I said in the comments to the bandmade one, because a few people had said that, and it did fill me with absolute intrigue to go, well, that means another band exists that we haven't reacted to, so let's hope we can find out who it is and do a reaction of it. So it's quite nice, and they got some shout outs in the comments for the bandmade video as well, didn't they? So
Yes.
so yeah, like, and a new song.
Yes.
So rare do we play in the world of things that have recently released, or we only do it with certain bands. But yeah, I think we've had a bit of recent exposure, haven't we? To I mean, you bought Maximum the Hormone, which I don't think I've put a comment on a single one of our videos, regardless of what band it's about, where I haven't mentioned Maximum the Hormone, who I've absolutely fallen in love with, and a couple of recent Baby Metals. Yeah, AA Equals and Bandmade. So yeah, it seemed churlish not to find out who the mystery band that played in possibly Norwich were and what they're like.
The thing is, though, as well, they played the Waterfront, which, as you've been to Norwich, you know where I live, is literally spitting distance from my house.
Yeah.
And I didn't go.
Well, you didn't know who was there, so why would you go?
There is that.
Yeah. As far as you knew, Chaz and Dave were there, and they were supporting Neil Diamond. So you went, "Oh, I'm not going to that."
I'd have gone to see Chaz and Dave.
Actually, I mean, like, I'd have gone and seen that. And for those who are joining us because of the sort of bands that we are currently seem to be hitting, treat yourself. Listen to a couple of Chaz and Dave songs if you never had. Fantastic Cockney geezers.
80s British joy.
I have seen them live, by the way, and I'm going to say not by necessarily choice. I didn't kind of seek them out and buy tickets necessarily, but I was at a sports day. Open your mind real wide. I wasn't a child, but it was a works-related sports day, and in the evening, Chaz and Dave did the music. It was amazing. I was drunk on works time watching Chaz and Dave. It was a magical moment.
Oh, living the dream.
Oh yeah. I've never. I mean, it's the reason why I stayed in the job for so long, to think one day this will happen again. It never did.
So shall we see all about Lovebites?
Let's do this. And when I say let's do this, better put it on the screen first, really, hadn't I? This time, let's do this.
They go to 11.
something new to this world. Steady, get up and will.
So, Mr. Seddon, what did you think of that?
Well, you'll have seen for the audience, or you won't have seen me for a lot of that video, and you'll see something instead. As much as we had some technical glitches, I loved that. I thought that was fantastic.
Yes.
I didn't know. I buried the lead a bit here by saying I think it's fantastic. I didn't know whether we wanted to maybe talk about the video a little bit first before we got into the music.
Yeah, the video was fun. It was clearly them having a laugh, switching instruments, and
it was really interesting, wasn't it?
I've seen on other videos before where you get, oh look, the drummer's singing and the singer's on bass and the bass is on drums, but they just look like they're having a fucking blast.
Well, and it kind of really humanizes these people in the band, doesn't it? You know, like, and don't get me wrong, I do understand that all musicians, or at least most of the ones that I've seen, are human beings, but so much is done for effect and selling, and I thought it was really quite nice, wasn't it, to see them. Okay, there's parts of it where they are doing the performance, but so much of it is kind of them having a cup of coffee between hand and having a chat and things like that. And yeah, I just thought it was a really nice way to do it. Didn't make any sense to the song for me, I'll be honest, but it was still lovely to see as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's that thing of like, it just looks like they clearly are enjoying what they're doing. It's not forced.
Yeah.
Which obviously there is that, the idol culture where they do have these bands that are forced together. They do 2 or 3 years and break up because they're too old or whatever for that market. This looks like they're clearly a band that want to be a band and have fun being a band all together.
And just as a small kind of little section on the idol culture, and maybe something for another day in another way, because I do want to talk about this song, but the idol culture is something that is very, very new to me, and my major experience of it has been through Joshi wrestling. That's kind of how I've learned the things I know about idols, is through many storylines in sort of Stardom and Taiko Joshi Pro and things like that. So yeah, I'm learning my way through it through wrestling, like I've learned everything in life.
all good things, come from wrestling.
Oh yeah, yeah,
All the morals.
yeah.
So, what did you think of the song?
Oh, I mean, we've said this in a few reactions recently, and certainly when we've been playing in the kind of the world of Japanese bands, and there's a lot of similarities here for me of how I felt it with Bandmade. I'll put Baby Metal to one side because both of us had a bit more experience with Baby Metal, but same with Maximum the Hormone, and it's the sheer weight of content that is in this song, and I think we'll pick out kind of bits that really stood out for us. But been massively impressed with. These aren't paint by numbers songs, are they? These aren't. We've got a catchy hook, we've got a decent lyric, or any sort of part of it, and it's not just let's chuck this song out. There is so much in here, and I mean, I said it in a couple of comments recently, and it really started with Maximum the Hormone. How much I've been pulled in by drummers, and not really something. I mean, drummers have always been there, like my hip hop, so drum beats big thing for me.
Yeah.
But I've really become fixated on how good some of the drumming I've heard recently and how much it stands out. But I think it's probably a testament to this song that so much of it stood out, not just the drums, like the bass. I mean, that start of the song, that bass start. Oh, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I mean, at that point, I just thought, I don't think this song can do anything wrong at this point. It hooked me straight away. But yes, so many elements packed into this song, and they all feel naturally working together, despite the fact that probably on paper they wouldn't naturally work together.
Yeah, I can see why they supported Dragon Force with the dual riffing when they're doing the dual solo and stuff, because it's very much in that sort of techie power metal vibe area where they've got that sort of bit there. But then, as you say, with the bass solo and stuff and the vocals, a completely different side of metal. There's sort of new wave of British heavy metal vibes there, like early Maiden and Priest and stuff like that. You've got sort of some of the sort of the technical black metal in some of the how the drumming pattern is and stuff.
Yeah.
It is like an amalgamation of so many areas of metal all together, but none of it sounds bolted on or out of place or forced in any way. It just sits.
Spot on with that forced. It doesn't feel like someone went, "Oh, I want to have a catch-all. How many boxes can I tick?" It's like, hopefully in writing this, they've kind of gone, "Oh, wouldn't it sound good if we then went to this?" And then they tried it, and it did sound good, and they went, "Okay, we're recording this." And yeah, I really liked it. Vocals wise as well, I'm with you on the vocals. We've done a few power. I've been gently getting myself into the power metal range, haven't I? And there was some lovely kind of what I would say power metal singing in there to non-power metal singing, just singing, and the bit where I would refer to it as more like a chant, where kind of the rest of the band come in, and again it kept flowing in and out of these seamlessly for me, and kind of a couple of seconds after we transitioned into a different vocal bit, I missed what had gone, but I liked what I was listening to. And then we'd transition again, and I go, "Oh, I missed what," rinse and repeat throughout the song. And I'm glad you very badly remembered who was performing in Norwich that night, because for me, when I was, like, as I say, from the start, from that bass solo at the start, I went, "Yep." It never lost me all the way through. And I'd say for about the last 2.5 minutes, I was just thinking, we're doing more of these. Because I want to hear more. Now, okay, like anything, this could be the one song that we like, and maybe we don't like anything else. But I think that's what the hope is for a lot of this React stuff, is to find a band where you go, I want more, and I want more.
Yeah, as I said, it's definitely one of those of, I will come back and find more of this. I am very much intrigued with what they're doing. They do have a few moments of shitting riffs around a bit, like Maximum the Hormone do, where they just here's a riff that we're playing for a quarter of a song, and now that is enough that some other bands will dine out on for the whole song.
Yeah.
Here's another one that another band would dine out for the whole song. Obviously, as I said, it's not as frantic as Max and the Hormone do it, where they literally drop in 15 seconds of something that someone would fucking dine out on for a 4-minute song. But yeah, no, I think I may have to look a bit more into these.
I was definitely, you know, he said Maximum the Hormone, and you know, I said I put it in the comment of every single video, and now I'm going to mention them in every video. But there was certainly vibes to them. I'm with you on that of the sort of thing they were trying to do and achieving. And you know, that's my newfound love. So a band that are, and again, similar I think in how they construct their songs is definitely something I'm interested in getting into more of. The only distraction I had is every time they sung Stand and Deliver, I wanted to jump into Your Money or Your Life. But of course that's a very kind of
old.
yeah that's more of the age, etc. But yeah, that was my only singular distraction from it. And but you know, our brains don't always work our brains don't always work how they should sometimes, do they? But yeah, I'm really impressed. A little bit taken aback, because I must admit we'd had like a good run of bands, and I wondered whether I still wonder when we might hit the wall of something that maybe we don't like, but this certainly wasn't the wall for me. And if anything, at the moment, I'd say as intriguing to me as Maximum the Hormone after, not as good as Alien, but as intriguing to me as a band as they were after that first listen.
Yes. So, as you know, as we've said, we're new to Lovebites. Down there, where do we go next? And as always, like and subscribe, ring the bell. And until next time, goodbye.